stressed.
I
And
know.
not okay.
You
So
Analyzing it.
we're gonna do the basics, you know? Because that's how that works. Like it's just and then do it, but then I didn't do it. Oh and then
They're the Kobe.
my plan failed.
Oh wow, they're Kobe.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're Kobe. Okay, that makes sense.
I also ate a lot of chocolate that day, so
They're Kobe.
I'm not surprised.
what?
You seem like a person who enjoys chocolate. It's not a bad thing.
$1,300.
It's not surprising me amount.
Double chocolate milk.
I told you. Did you buy it or did your mom?
No, I went to my mom's work with chocolate ring in my
I
mouth.
know you did.
I didn't sign some volunteer paperwork. I had this chocolate ring in my mouth.
All right, what numbers did we do?
Feel that.
12 is 4.
Yeah, that's
Even.
correct.
Number 12. M is less than or equal to negative 68. It would have a closed circle shaded to the left. Number 14, C is greater than 121. It would have an open circle shaded to the right. 16 is X is less than or equal to 20. It would have a closed circle shaded to the left. 18, H is greater than 21. It would have an open circle shaded to the right. 21, N is greater than or equal to 108. It would have a closed circle shaded to the right. 22, R is less than 16. It would have an open circle shaded to the left. 24, T is greater than negative 1. It would have an open circle shaded to the right. 26, Z is greater than or equal to 11. Have a closed circle shaded to the right. 28, D is greater than negative 2.5. It would have an open circle shaded to the right. 30 is 25. 32 is at least 250 miles. And 34 is no more than 6.2 gallons. What questions y'all have on those?
20.
Did you say 20? You said 21.
What?
You said 21, but you didn't say
20 is N is greater than or equal to 108. 22 is R is less than 16. T is greater than negative 1. All right. Now what questions do we have?
Real quick.
Real quick what?
What makes the arrow go to the right or the left?
Greater than or less than? Greater than, it goes to the right. Less than, it goes to the left.
But only if the variable's on the left side.
Number 30, cheerleading. To remain on the cheerleading squad, Lakita must attend at least 3/5 of the study table sessions offered. She attends 15 sessions. If Lakita met the requirements, what is the maximum number of study table sessions?
I read the question.
Okay, so she met it, right? So 3/5 of the sessions is greater than or equal to, no, lies. I'm writing this backwards, aren't I?
I don't know. This confused me.
15 is what she did do, right?
She did 15.
Yeah. 15 is greater than or equal to, right? 15 is greater than or equal to 3/5 of the sessions she was supposed to have done, right?
Okay. So, why wouldn't you write it 3/5 session is less than or greater than 15?
You
Why would write
you
it?
certainly can do it that way. This just logically made more sense in my brain. But that would be the same, right?
Yeah.
Because we flip it
It's
all
just
around.
why is it easier? I guess I can't see that part.
Because my brain works in a way that makes that easier.
Okay. I didn't get this.
We knew that she did 15, and we knew that that was more than what she needed, right? And so greater than is kind of the way the problem is written, and so it translated better that way in my head. Yeah, because we knew that she did more, and we knew that 15 was more. So that's as good as I can do off the top of my head as far as why this made sense to me this way. To solve for S, what would we do? Divide by 3/5. How do we divide fractions? Multiply by the reciprocal. I shouldn't have to say this in January in Algebra 1, but apparently, grading some midterm exams. If your work doesn't look like everything that I'm about to write on the board, change the way you're doing things. If you're making silly mistakes, start using the second color. I don't do it because I'm a fruitcake. I do it because it helps. Because you are a fruitcake. No, just kidding. It's just too easy of a setup. I'm sorry. Right? Makes sense? So what I mean is, write the thing down. Look how beautiful that is. And multiply by the reciprocal. I'm going to write out over here times 5/3. And I'm going to do it over here times 5/3. You see how beautiful that is? Your work can also look just this beautiful. All it takes is a half a second of effort. What happens on the right side? Cancels out. You could even use a third color right here if you wanted to. You could get fancy. Over here, we can pre-reduce, right? Go back to middle school. Put your calculators down. Don't use them yet. We love calculators. We like brain first. Brain first, calculator second. Always, always. Like always, always. The whole point of class is brain, yeah? So brain first, calculator second. We love tools. We love calculators. We love AI. We all love all the tools. Tools are great. Tools are wonderful. Yes, we do. I'm going to tell you right now, we love AI. AI is wonderful if you use it as a tool. If you try to get the AI or the calculator or whatever else tool to do your work for you, it's stupido. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use the tool for what the tool is. Great. How do we pre-reduce? What goes into 15 and 3? 3. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. What's 15 divided by 3? 5. That's middle school math, yeah? Don't lose the middle school math. You're going to need it later. Especially when you start throwing letters and stuff. What?
I might have watched the wrong video, or this might just be a stupid question, but I got a lot of these wrong because my understanding was because it's attached to the variable by multiplication. I divided most of these, but for some
This is division. You would divide most of these. You divide fractions by multiplying by the reciprocal. That's how you divide fractions. You may have just been forgetting how to divide fractions, or you're punching in your calculator wrong. What's 5 times 5? 25. What's 1 times 1? 1. So the denominator can just go away, right? We've got 25 greater than or equal to S. So then we need to, okay, see how the answer wants the answer. Let's see what they're asking. What is the maximum number of study table sessions? 25. Great. Not on this problem. On most of them we do, but not on this one. All I ask for is the number. What other questions, kiddos?
How's about
20.
20 sounds great.
everyone's so quiet?
It's
Not used
okay.
to this, guys.
because you usually want to get notes.
What do we do? Because we're dividing, right? Right? We're dividing fractions. How do we divide fractions? We multiply by the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of negative of 1/6? Negative 6 over 1. Easy peasy. All correct. I should also prep your thought bubble for getting your midterm back. If your grades are still at January consistently 60 or less, let's say 65 or less, it means that something is fundamentally wrong. Let me clarify so you don't get too scared and sad about your life. I don't mean something in you is fundamentally wrong. Now that's technically possible, but I have been around y'all enough to know that I don't think there's any there. I don't believe, I'm not a diagnostician, but I have a lot of experience, and I don't think anyone in here has a severe learning disability in math. That's possible, but I'm not seeing that in here.
Should all look at Jace right now.
I have seen some other things that I think are some hurdles in some folks in here. It's just okay. All our brains think differently. I am about 99.9% sure at this point. It becomes more and more clear every day that I have ADHD, almost certainly. My brain works different than normal people, whatever the heck that means. Whatever in the world that means. We all have strengths and weaknesses, all have hurdles, all have struggles. Some of them are physical, some of them are mental, some of them whatever else. Make sense? But let's go back to where I started. Something is fundamentally wrong. Either there is some holes in your learning, something that you didn't learn a long time ago that you should have learned. And I put that in gigantic air quotes because what the heck does that mean, should have learned? There's something foundational that you're missing. It may be small, it may be large, I don't know. Or something about your process isn't working. The way you're engaging with the notes videos may be not working. The way you're engaging with the homework may be not working. The way you're engaging with class may be not working. Maybe all of those. But something isn't working. And so you need to figure out, you need to say, okay, what is and isn't working? I feel like I understand up until this point, or I feel like I'm completely lost. I feel like whatever else. I feel like I'm completely lost, we are okay with that. Something needs to happen with that, though, because you don't want to stay there. Because I don't know if y'all knew this, but you're in Algebra 1, which means you got a lot of math to go, right? I cannot stress enough that what I mean by something is fundamentally wrong, I do not mean something is wrong with you, because there isn't. There's something wrong with the process, which is good. And that's one of the, I've said this before. Algebra 1, we learn Algebra 1 not because of Algebra 1. You're never going to have to solve a polynomial after or high school or college math ever again in your life. I don't care what your job is. You will never solve a polynomial again ever in your life, ever.
Unless you're a teacher.
Okay, fair enough. Good. That's true. That's true. Unless you're a teacher. That's right. With that one exception. That's not why we do this. That iterative learning, that being able to say, okay, something isn't working, we need to tweak this thing, oh, this isn't working, and here's the thing, if you grow up and you go and you use AI and you use AI agents and whatever else, it's the same process that you use with that. It's like, okay, I want you to do this. Oh, that isn't working, so we fix this and we do whatever else. The only thing the AI is doing some of the chicken scratch for you. You still have to understand the thing and you still have to iterate. So that is a good skill. Learn it now. So something is not working, good for you. Be happy about that. You have a great opportunity. Education is not about the grades. To put it bluntly without actually cussing, frack the grades. Put them in the trash. Who the heck cares? Financial aid offices, true enough. True enough. But you can deal with that later. Who cares? Whatever, right? You're homeschooled. You can do a summer class and take your grade from a 76 to a 92 by doing a summer class on Khan Academy and bringing your grade up. You're homeschooled. You can do whatever the heck you want to do as far as that. I'm not saying you just write whatever number on the transcript, but you can do summer school without paying for summer school and do whatever the heck you want. So who the heck cares about grades? Algebra is not for learning algebra. Who the heck cares about algebra? Math teachers. The only reason I care about it is because it's useful. the things that you can do with it. Okay? Make sense? So, let's take our grades for what they are. They are useful. Not to me. I don't care. I hate grading. If I could figure out a way to never have to grade another paper ever in my life, I would do it. I've actually been thinking about how to get AI to help me with some of the menial tasks of that, to be honest. Thought about it today even, because grading sucks. And the only reason I grade is so that so you have feedback, okay? Making sense to everyone. Use the useful things and throw the rest in the garbage. Who the heck cares about polynomials? But learning the process of solving them, yeah, do it. Useful. Great. What's negative 6 times negative 18? Whoa, lots of numbers just happened.
I think I just.
That's 24. Negative 24.
What did I?
Wait.
16
What?
times
Christmas
6 times 18 would be 60 plus 48, which would be positive though, right? Negative times a negative.
I'm so stupid.
No, you're not. You're so blue. What else happens on this problem? Some other shenanigans go on here. We're not there yet.
Oh, I did.
Sign.
The inequality flips around, right? Because we multiply by a negative. Now what?
Oh.
Now what?
Never mind.
Great. Which way am I going to shade? Definitely not. Greater than. N is greater than 108, right?
So is it where the greater than or less than is pointing? That's where you go?
Yeah, if you want to think about it as an arrow, yeah, it's absolutely a way to think about it.
That should have been way easier.
Just make sure that when you do it, the variable's on the left, and then yeah, it'll always point the way it goes.
Okay.
Greater than is more, right, as well. So later when we get to like compound inequalities and other ugly stuff, greater than is more. So go bigger going that way, littler going this way. What are you? Well, yes. Sure. 16.
Question real quick. Whenever you switch the greater than or less than equal to stuff, you said multiplication or division, that rule you said in the video,
Yes.
and then you just said negative. How
Right.
does that work?
If you multiply or divide by a negative, the inequality flips. So if it was greater than, it's not less than. If it's less than, it's not greater than. Okay. But that's only if you multiply or divide by a negative, not if you multiply or divide, period, right? Okay, number 16. I am going to throw this out there too. I've been doing a lot of thinking over the break about Augustine and other religious stuff, but I've also been thinking some about math and learning math. There are ways that you can engage with the notes videos that are helpful, and there are ways that are not. And if you feel like what's happening to you is you watch the note videos, you take the notes, and then you come away and you hit the homework and you have no flipping clue what you're doing, I would love to help you come up with some ideas for like some little things you can change to help you like actually learn stuff when you watch the notes videos, if that's a piece that's going on, okay? I am here to help you, and I think about how to help you like all the time. I'm also not going to come and chase you down and beat you with a math stick. If you need help, you want my help, come get it. Math stick. It's my math stick. Okay, what should we do?
Times.
Yes, we should multiply negative 2. You sounded very afraid of that step, but yes. But yes.
I was like, oh, I'm totally saying the wrong thing right now.
We like that, especially in class. Why do we like that?
Because everybody laughs.
Well, if they do that, then they are probably being foolish. No, we like that because if you say something wrong out loud, that means that we can illustrate, okay, where are you confused? And then I get to help you be like, oh, you're confused, and then you get to fix it. We like that. If you're on a test and you're like, maybe, then that's too late. You done said the wrong thing way too late. Say the wrong things now so that we can fix the wrong things when you can do that, right? What's negative 2 times negative 10?
20. Wait, doesn't the inequality change?
Wait, which number is this?
It was. It does change. It does change.
Because we're timesing a negative.
Because you're timesing a negative.
Even though I didn't change it.
Yeah.
I didn't either, and I started to do it on accident, and then I decided to do it on purpose so that we could talk about it. We multiply by a negative. We flip it around. Great. Now what? Did you say cry? What did you say? No, we want to do one more thing before we graph it, especially at this point. We want to flip it all around so that variable's on the left, right? Then we can graph it. You see, yeah, now the symbol, the inequality symbol, points where you shade. That's nice. Filled in circle. Which direction are we going to shade? To the left. Think about it like an arrow. Forget the freaking alligator. The alligators let you alone. Think about it like it's an arrow. It's never too late to have an epiphany, by the way. Ms. Rochelle told me the first semester that she was watching my video on this topic, and when I was talking about doing it as an arrow, and that it's like an arrow, it light bulbed her brain, and she's 40 some odd years old. So, okay. Yeah, 40 some odd. Why, is that like an amazing revelation? She's also older than I am. Crazy. Crazy.
I'm joking.
It's actually a similar difference between your parents and myself. Your dad is a little bit older than I am, I think, but not much. I'm 41.
My dad's 41. He turned 41.
My dad's 50.
And your mom is basically the same. I almost said it's my mom, but no, my wife. Yeah. They're really close. They were in pre-K together, or kindergarten, one of the two. Yes. 32. Sounds good. Apply math. Oh no, that means it's hard and scary. The National Honor Society at Pleasantville High School. I wish that homeschoolers in Lubbock would do National Honor Society or do like one of the business things instead of doing student council. I don't understand the point of student council in homeschooling. It doesn't make any sense. 0 sense. But like some of these organizations, those make sense, and you're doing the same stuff.
I don't understand it either, but I'm on it. I don't know why.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be on it. Like, I don't care if people, like, I'm sure they have a great time and do useful things. I'm not saying it's useless. I'm just saying, like, do one of these organizations that you, like, get something out of. But anyway, side thing. National Honor Society. It's because it makes sense to the people that are running it, because adults are running it, some of which were public schools. Gavin, what lesson are y'all doing? We're doing inequalities. Okay. Gavin probably just had a small chuckle and might have said, oof. Those are things that might have happened. Anyway, the National Honor Society at Pleasantville High School wants to raise at least $500 for a local charity. Each student earns 50 cents for every quarter of a mile walked in a walkathon. How many miles will the students need to walk? Oh no, there's all kinds of things happening here. National Honor Society at Pleasantville High School wants to raise at least $500. So we want our money to be at least $500. So whatever is over here, we want it to be more than 500, right? Or equal to 500. So that's this. This is how on these inequalities, word problems. This is literally how I am thinking at it in my brain. Okay, where do I want it to be bigger? Over there, or I want it to be less than, or I want whatever, right? It's like what, because as with these, you want to think about the idea, the concept, what's going on, right? Okay, each student earns 50 cents for every quarter of a mile walked in a walkathon. Okay, so what are we going to do that? The weird thing about this problem, the reason why it's in the apply math section, I think, is because really the best way to write this is actually a two-step equation, not a one-step equation. And so it kind of goes nutso. So 50 cents
Per quarter mile.
per quarter mile.
To find out how many miles.
So they get $2 a mile.
You forgot the zero.
Yeah.
The trailing zero, like 50 cents, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you just put 0.
I didn't forget it. I just didn't need it. If I wanted my equation to fully reflect the sig figs of the problem, then I would put it. So it won't affect anything either way. What are you asking?
Why did you write a Q?
Quarter mile.
He said, yeah.
Oh. I get it.
All right, what should we do now?
Divide.
Yeah, sounds great. Divide by 0.5. What's 500 divided by 0.5? Definitely not.
1,000.
Definitely not. What? Yes, 2,000.
Oh, I said 1,000.
I said 1,000 too. I totally did. Roll back the tape. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. So you need 1,000 quarter miles. So how many miles do we need? What do I need to do now?
250.
Yeah, divide that by 4, and I get 250. At least 250 miles. That's what the apply math ones. When you hit an apply math problem in the book, it means you have to think. You have to put your thinking cap on more than normal. You have to think about what's going to go on more than a regular problem. What other questions do we have?
I definitely thought Zion was here. I was like,
Where's
"Oh, that
Zion?
quiz."
Zion's right there. He's right behind you.
Oh,
When did you
I
get
thought you
here?
were going to say quiz.
I'm so
Did you
stupid.
No, you're just unobserved. That's the nicest way to say that.
Yeah.
You're not stupid. You're just an idiot. No, just kidding. What other questions y'all have?
34, please.
Gasoline. Suppose gasoline costs $3.85 per gallon. To the nearest tenth, how many gallons of gasoline can Jan buy for 24 bucks? Okay. Well, for Lubbock, it's a lot.
Yeah. My mom got it.
So $3.85 per gallon has got to be less than 24, right? Because you got 24 bucks, so our total's got to be less than that, right? So what do we do?
Is that G?
It is a G. Divide by 385. So G has got to be less than or equal to what? 6.2 gallons. We did it. Let's take a quiz.
I'm out of paper. Yeah, me too. Like out. I don't even have it at home.
Before I give you a quiz, I want y'all to silently check in with yourself. Stop talking. That's what silent means. I want you to think, am I going to pass this quiz or am I going to fail this quiz? Silently. Okay? If your honest answer to yourself is, I am going to fail this quiz, then you should probably send up a flag and say, I'm confused on this. And then we should fix it. So is anybody feeling, I'm going to fail this quiz?
I don't feel like I'm gonna fail the quiz, but I just don't.
I'm not talking to anybody, and y'all should all leave each other alone, because this is why I said to do it silently, because you're talking about it for yourself. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Jace.
I don't feel like I'm gonna fail the quiz, but I just don't know when to use what we use for an equation.
What do you, for like the word problem parts? It's always going to be inequality, and you got, like what I'm saying, you got to think about which one's greater than. Which one am I trying to, like, if I am like, okay, I need to make $500 this week from whatever, so I can buy this thing, right? Then whatever your thing is gonna, the greater than the alligator's got to point towards the 500, right? Right? So that's kind of what or if I want to say under, I don't want to gain more than 250 pounds, then it's got to be less than that, right? So you kind of got to think about it like conceptually like that.
I have a question. Why do you fill in the circle? I forget.
Okay, so this one and this one is a filled in circle, and this one is an open circle. So the equals to, filled in, not equal to, not filled in. Yes, ma'am.
So if one of the problems has the letter on the right side instead of the other side.
The last thing you're going to do is flip it all the way around. So you're going to end up with, don't worry about flipping it till the end.
Can you still divide the same?
Yes, you still divide or multiply or whatever the same, and then you're going to flip it all around at the end. Yeah, but just make sure you're multiplying or dividing the one that's on the letter, not the one by his lonesome minding his own dadgum business. Don't be the bully yourself. Get rid of the bullies.
I don't feel bad for you.
I know. Everyone's getting picked on. Oh my god. Boy, prove it. Oh my god.
That was not proof. Good try, though. No, that was a statement. A statement is not proof.
Yeah, totally.
Especially not a statement in an echo chamber. Oh my gosh. Internet brain rot right there.
Yep.
A statement in a brain rot. Proved. Student destroys other student with facts and logic by saying, it's true because I said so. That's. Oh.
I am always right, thank you.
No, you're always right.
You like my emoji?
Is that a 3?
Which one?
Yeah, it's 3.
The one with a line in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a 3.
I'm not.
His one just kind of got confused for a second.
Makes sense.
I guess. You should, Katie, do a proof. Hear me out. Your brother wants you to do a proof. I don't know whether he's one of the 2 people that are still watching or not, but if he is, then you know she's going to do those next year. Don't worry.